Hello and welcome. This is Susan Taylor Shire. We are on Treasure Chest Tuesday, and it happens to be the equinox today, so we can celebrate change, 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 and the turning of the seasons. And I hope we're all in the place of still celebrating change, even though daily, every moment, it feels like something is changing, and we're having to be so resilient. Oh my gosh. New factors all the time. So, today we want to talk about some practical magic, igniting the breath of life. So, as we've all noticed this year, when we started out this year moving into the first equinox in March, we had a lot of issues around breathing that were up in relationship to the coronavirus. And where it hit the hardest is still in the heart and lung area. The feeling of not being able to catch your breath, and as some said, there was a feeling like there was shards of glass in their lungs. So we're looking at an issue that relates to breathing, breath, heart, lungs, our expression of love, and our capacity for giving love and strengthening the immune system to be available to give the heart of ourselves, the heart of creation into the world. That was first step. 2, the knee on the neck, I can't breathe with George Floyd. I know we've spoken a lot about that. Another breathing issue, and how we have been oppressed in life, suppressed, and shut down in so many ways for all of us to look at, and how to get that breath of life back and say that it matters, that Black lives matter, and we all need to be able to breathe and have a right to live, and particularly in this case, Black lives who have been very oppressed, and many more as well. And now we have 79 large actively burning fires in California, Colorado, Idaho, Montana, Nevada, Oregon, Idaho, South Dakota, Washington State, Oregon, Wyoming. Yeah, active fires right now in all those states. And the smoke is going all the way to Pennsylvania, New York, and Maryland. Woo! So what are we going to do about all of that? Yeah, okay. I'm going to go into Spirit's recommendation first, and then we'll talk about what is creating that from Spirit's standpoint. So you can practice it while I'm talking, okay? So my acupuncturist friend and I discovered, because she was having some trouble breathing in San Francisco, coming into San Francisco from being away in Sedona on the retreat. Yay! Okay. What will change all of this? Not what I just did, which was breathe from my chest. Oops. It's active belly breathing. And there's symbolism to that. So take a breath from your belly, lower your diaphragm, let the air in through your abdomen, and you automatically are inspired to breathe. You don't have to, which is that shallow breathing we all have done all our lives, which does not give us the depth of the breath of life that we actually need. So lower your diaphragm, take in a breath, and it automatically opens up your whole chest cavity to take in a breath. And you have your whole belly inspiring that breath and being foundational to that breath. Isn't that fantastic? Yeah. So try that for a moment. You can still breathe through your nose, but using your breath from your belly makes such a difference. So try that on as you're listening to me further explain what's going on. Yes, we can talk about fossil fuels, and the use of fossil fuels are heating up the earth. There's no doubt about that. Creating a heat in the vegetation, making things drier, and creating fires. At the same time, will you notice for a moment how things have revved up starting in July? So much anger, so much battling, so much aggression, you name it. And now we have, as I understand, Mars, the planet of, I'm not sure exactly what it is. You astrologers know better than I do, of war and battle, but it relates really to movement. But there's going to be a lot of aggressive energy that comes out of this. What are we going to do about all of that? So you could say, who's got the power? It feels like all this aggression and hostility and fighting against the peaceful protesters and just being frustrated that we can't get back to our lives, so to speak, and that everything is up in arms, is creating a lot of fire, right? And we have to realize these days that our inner landscape, what goes on in us emotionally, mentally, physically, has a direct impact these days on our planet Earth. It's just the way it is. No more gap. It used to be, oh, maybe in 10 years it will have an impact. It's immediate now, which is the good news and the bad news. But this immediacy means every time you put anger, energy of anger, frustration, I don't like that, that's got to change, that sense of I hate what that person's doing and that's not okay, without shifting something in yourself, you're just putting all that fiery energy, rah, 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 from inside, in here, into the atmosphere, into the environment. And guess what? The earth is responding to what's going on. It's like, right? Fire, this, that, you name it. Floods, let's talk about the floods. They also have to do with the flooding, and the hurricanes have to do with not being able to breathe, feeling out of control, that sense of something taking over, a powerful force taking over. It's happening. We've got some earthquakes going on as well. So, okay, great. So here we are in this fiery time. So instead of just going, I'm going to come back to peace and pull back and just hold peace, which often can feel like you're constricting and contracting and going, I'm just going to be quiet and stay calm and breathe and breathe and breathe. And you're not really, okay? You're just sort of like, oh, like that, and just trying to hold the peace and meditating and trying to hold the peace. And you feel the constriction. Let's go down into that belly breathing again. Deep belly breathing. And I want you to imagine a flame of the fire, of the power of you connected to the universe of love burning in your belly. As you expand that belly, and what we're doing here is in essence outpowering the fire, keeping the fire alive, but at a level that's really working to give power, to use the fire of life, the fire of breath, the fire of our sense of wanting to move our lives, our breath, our everything, move it forward. We can do that from the inside. So we're going to outfire the fire by not trying to, yes, we want rain, and that relates to the antidote for fire is the rain pouring in, absolutely shifting things. But if we are inside just feeling that deep sense of passion for life, the flame of life lit in us, then we're not against anything. We use that power to breathe, ignite the breath of life into all that we wish to create. And imagine everybody in the world putting their breath of fire from deep inside into what it is we, they, you want to create. How great would that be? And when you get triggered by somebody who's doing something that is not along the lines of what you would call true fire, true passion, true purpose, you just ignite even further what it is that you want to create from that flame within. So, see how that works for you. It's very potent. And you can feel the power in my voice, the power in my breath as I get into my abdomen and let my abdomen and the fuel of all that I am come forward to breathe what I have to share into life. And this is how Spirit sees us being able to turn around this fiery, out of control situation that's going on. Internally with people, emotionally, externally with fires and hurricanes and flooding, and you know it in your own personal life, the kind of fiery situations you're finding yourself in. So let yourself practice throughout this week and forever your deeper diaphragm drop. Expand your belly. I know you may look a little chubbier for a second. And let it breathe. Let all of you ignite your breath, and not just this little shallow, which is your fight or flight mechanism. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And that will absolutely strengthen your immune system and strengthen your conviction in what it is that you want to bring forward in life. Yes, I am so there with you. And along those lines, I am doing in October, starting the 15th, a 3-week live session, workshop, training, event, whatever you want to call it, called The New Normal. The true new normal. Being guided by love and inspired into joy. Let's create the new normal. Breathing deeply, bringing our power forward and being guided by the power of love, inspired into living as joy. That's the new normal, not what we think it is in the outer world. We are creating this new normal, which is the new world earth, blooming and blossoming into creation. And that's what we all want, isn't it? So keep doing your belly breathing. Check out on my website or my email about the new normal event. So exciting. And I will see you next week. Great to be with you. Keep that breathing going. Love will guide your life, and the power of creation will fuel everything that wants to come forward. Blessings of love and igniting of the true breath of life to you today.